So today I'm going to talk on a topic, decision-making ability. Decision-making ability is one of the vital part of anybody's life. You know, whether you are a student or you are working professional, every single time you need this decision-making thing. Why? Because one decision in your life is going to make your life or it is going to break your life as well. So this is very important to understand the decision-making thing. But before I'm going to discuss about the decision-making process, I want to tell you one thing. Sometimes people are not able to take decisions in their life. Why they refrain from taking decisions? They refrain from taking decisions because of one reason, and that is fear of failure, fear of being mocked by people. Yes, it happens. मैं जब सेमिनार करता हूं तो मैं उसमें ये क्वेश्चन पूछता हूं अपने ऑडियंस से कि आप बताएं आप में से कितने लोग हैं जो अपनी लाइफ में गलती नहीं की है. एंड टू योर सरप्राइज कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो हाथ खड़ा करते हैं जिस मैंने गलती नहीं की है. फिर मैं उनसे यही बोलता हूं कि अगर आपने जीवन में कोई गलती नहीं की है इसका मतलब कि आपने कुछ किया भी नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर आप कुछ करेंगे तो गलतियां होंगी. सो माय डियर फ्रेंड, समटाइम्स your decisions are going to be in your favor, sometimes it's not. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि हम डिसीजन नहीं लेंगे, हमें डिसीजन लेना है. Now let us come to what is the decision making process. To make it simple to understand, I am going to discuss Edward de Bono's 6 thinking hat concept. It's widely practiced in the corporate world, but it can be used for individuals as well. Now, what are those 6 thinking hats? White hat, red hat, black hat, yellow hat, green hat and blue hat. अब इन hats का मतलब ये नहीं है कि इनको खरीद करके पहन के डिसीजन लेना है. No. These are the notional things. So let's start with the white hat. White hat stands for taking decision on the basis of data and analysis of data. Now, where you are going to use this white hat? In your personal life decisions? No. Let's take an example. I'll have to make a friendship with someone. So I asked him, what is your blood group? He said A positive. मैंने बोला अब मैं तेरे से दोस्ती नहीं करूंगा because my blood group is O positive. ऐसा आप करते हैं क्या? नहीं. You don't ask these things while making a friendship with someone. मुझे किससे प्यार करना है तो मैं क्या करूंगा? उसका हिस्ट्री निकालूंगा. आप ऐसा करते हैं क्या? नहीं करते. So your personal life decisions are never ever gonna taken care by this white hat. कभी नहीं इस्तेमाल करना है. तो कहां यूज होगा ये? Professional life decisions. All the professionals who are working in the corporate or a government sector, whenever they are taking decisions, right, professional decision, they have to take this data and analysis of data thing. No emotions and other things, right? For students, what is professionalism? Study. And while they are doing study, there's no need to bring those emotional things. That's your professional thing. So work on your data analysis of data. Now moving to the next hat, red hat. Red hat stands for taking decisions on the basis of emotions, intuitions and gut feeling. Where it's going to be used? In your all personal life decisions. आप अपने personal life decisions के लिए आप red hat का इस्तेमाल कीजिए. वहाँ यही चलेगा. And never use this red hat in your professional life decisions. But stop. Sometimes people use this red hat for taking professional decision as well. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. I'll quote a classical example of Ratan Tata. Nano. I don't know whether it's a failure or a success project of Tata. I'll leave it to the audience. But it was purely emotional decision. And it didn't work. It was emotional decision by Ratan Tata or Tata Group. But at the same time, purchasing, buying, Jaguar and Land Rover, it was also an emotional decision. Books are against that. All the CEOs, CFOs were against that. That we are not, no, we are not going to acquire this Land Rover and Jaguar. But Ratan Tata took this decision. He said, no, we'll acquire it. And it was sheer, emotional decision, I can say that. Because when Tata Group acquired Land Rover and Jaguar, the next day, the headline was, from the Ratan Tata was, now the world will know we Indians don't ride bullock carts. We have Land Rover and Jaguar in our own country. So this is a classical example of sometimes red hat used in the professional life decision as well. But most of the time you are not, sometimes you're going to work and sometimes not. So red hat stands for personal life decisions. So you stuck up with that thing. Now moving to black hat. Black hat stands for taking decision on the basis of negative thinking, negative outcome. If I am not going to do this thing, what is the repercussion of it? Sir, in the personal as well as in professional life, you'll find this black hat being used and sometimes misused. We at times we crush someone without knowing, right? As a boss, we crush our subordinate at times without knowing the outcome, the repercussion of that particular thing. In personal life as well. So sometimes you need to think, negatively. Negatively means you have to think about the negative outcome of your decisions. Sometimes people are not so good at using black hat. So work on that. Yellow hat. Yellow hat stands for taking decisions on the basis of positive thinking. Now, where you are going to use this yellow hat? In my opinion, every single time in your life you are going to use this yellow hat. You need to think positively while making any decision, right? But yellow hat widely used, and you must use this yellow hat while you are going through hell, when you are in trouble, when you are facing problems in your life. You need to think positively. As I mentioned in my earlier videos, that when you think positive, you'll get a positive result. So yellow hat at times is required when the tough times are going on. So green hat. Green hat stands for creative thinking. So sometimes you need to take decision on the basis of green hat, creativity. And let me tell you, this world is being governed by these creative thinking people. And sometimes we think creative thinking is like, a rocket science. No. A small thing, a very, very small changes used to bring a great, result. So you need to think, likewise. I wanted to give you an example of creative thinking, out of box thinking. I used to ask this question, the 9 dots concept. Probably some of you know about this. So you have to join these 9 points with the help of 4 straight lines. Some of you might be knowing about this thing. Joining these 9 points with the help of 4 straight lines without taking off your pen or without having any repetition. It can be done. How it is going to be done? Let us see this. When I used to give this problem to my audience, to my students, they are not able to do this, solve this puzzle. Why? Because they wanted to join the lines inside the box. But it was not the question that you have to join the lines, join these points like a box. The moment you think out of the box, the moment you went outside the box, you are able to solve this question. Now this is a very common one, so I am going to give you another example. So another example is, you have to join these 9 points with the help of 1 straight line. Now it seems impossible to join these 9 points with a 1 straight line. Sir, The thickness of line is not defined, so it can be joined like this. You can join like this. I'm doing it because I'm not able to draw the thick line. So one thick line, you are able to join these 9 points with the help of one straight line. This is creativity. Creative thought process. So creative thinking usually work in in a bigger way to help out a big a very difficult decision making situations. Now moving to the blue hat. Blue hat stands for taking decision on the basis of process control. Now who use this blue hat? Blue hat in corporate world is being used by senior professionals, CEOs, MDs, vice presidents, and so on and so forth. What is this blue hat? Process control. At times in your life, you need to take decision on the basis of 2 or 3 different hats. One particular hat is not going to give you, the correct result. So you need to ask this red hat wala, the black hat wala, take opinion from different people, right? And then you use the, take decisions. So blue hat stands for process control. So my dear friend, I tried to, touch upon the Edward de Bono's 6 thinking hat in simpler manner. The 6 hats: white hat, data and analysis of data; red hat, emotions, intuitions; black hat, negative thinking; yellow hat, positive thinking; green hat, creative thinking; and blue hat, process control. Now you can use these hats while taking decisions in your life. Thank you. Thanks a lot.